Greetings, Panther families, athletes, and sports lovers in general. We'd like to take a moment to welcome you to our 2020 Virtual Athletics Awards show. This year was quite interesting, to say the least, when it comes to our sports at Pacheco High. Heck, we saw a science teacher turned into Coach of the Year in the matter of a few weeks. That tomato trophy found its way back to Ward Road. We had an all-league golf team that looked just like our Pacheco roster, and so much more. We'd like to ask that you please sit back, relax, and enjoy hearing about the highlights of the 2019-2020 athletic seasons at Pacheco High.
Let's take a look at some of the numbers from this year's athletic department. Pacheco High School, a campus of almost 1,700 students. We had over 450 total student athletes. And of those, 159 were WAC Scholar athletes, and you'll hear more about them later. 101 of our athletes played at least 2 sports. And 26 more of those, we call them pure purple. Those are our 3 sport athletes. 29 of our student athletes earned Western Athletic Conference All-League recognition. We had 4 playoff teams, 3 WAC championship teams, 2 WAC Coaches of the Year, and 2 league MVPs. You know, one of the toughest things to figure out on a night like tonight is, where do we start? Well, since we're looking at student athletes, let's start there with the student portion. Here's a little snapshot of our athletics GPAs over the course of their seasons here at Pacheco High. Our athletic department carried a 3.19 overall GPA during their seasons. We measure their GPAs in season because we realize this is the toughest part of the year for them, playing sports and balancing academics. Our fall sports teams carried a total 3.19 GPA. Our winter sports had a 3.16 overall GPA, and our spring sports had a 3.21 GPA total. Great job in the classroom, student athletes. Now, continuing with our student athlete theme for a moment, we want to recognize some teams that we call our seasonal GPA team winners. In the fall, varsity girls tennis and varsity boys cross country had identical 3.54 in-season GPAs. Our JV girls volleyball led the lower levels with a 3.38. In the winter, girls varsity wrestling had a 3.46, while varsity boys basketball led the boys' side with a 3.21. At the lower levels, JV girls basketball had a 3.53. And while the spring seasons were cut short, it didn't stop our students from maintaining solid grades. Girls swim led the spring in 3.39, while varsity boys track had a 3.45, and at the JV level, girls track had a 3.17. We would now like to recognize our overall GPA champions for the year, girls varsity tennis and boys varsity cross country, both with 3.54 GPAs. Great job. Now that we've taken a look at how the teams did in the classrooms during their seasons, it's time to give some special recognition individually to some of our student athletes. This comes in the form of what is called a WAC Scholar athlete. These students maintained a 3.5 grade point average in the first 3 grading periods of the school year. This year we are excited to have 159 student athletes join the ranks of WAC Scholar athletes. Now, those of you that have seen or been at these presentations in the past understand that this is the part of the ceremony where we would read over 150 names. For tonight's ceremony, we will be displaying their names on the screen and allowing you to clap instead of waiting until the end. So please, give it up for our WAC Scholar athletes. Congratulations once again to those fine scholar athletes. One of those scholar athletes happened to stand out a little more than the rest, and he earned the distinction of the WAC Scholar Athlete. Daniel Herrera was also the league recipient of the Section Dale Lackey Scholarship Program, where he received a $500 scholarship from our CIF section. Congratulations, Daniel Herrera. And every spring we recognized our highest ranked senior scholar athletes. These student athletes play at least one sport and have the highest ranking in their class. Congratulations to this year's recipients, Daniel Herrera and Simranpreet Gakal. Switching over from academics, we're going to take a look at some of our athletes who go above and beyond. These are our three sport athletes, the athletes we call Pure Purple on our campus. Here they are: Hamza Ali, Urshad Ali with his second time, Shaysan Balangitao Kablai with his second Pure Purple, Juan Bravo, his third Pure Purple, Giselle Campos, Davide Carlomagno, Yaneli Castillo, Bianca Chavez Montoya, Cameron Cortines, Manver Gakal, Julius Gandy with his second, Kayla Kalish with her second, Aaliyah Lucas, Bradley Martinez with his fourth Pure Purple, meaning he has never missed a year of three sports, Maya Medrano, Angel Orozco, Jordan Raspberry, Alexis Rivera, Derek Rubio with his second, Ariana Sanchez, Christian Serrano, Jalea Thomas with her second, Tangata Tommy Tuatapau with his third, Genesis Valencia, Essence Walker, and Chris Winters. Thank you again to these student athletes who put in so much time and effort to represent our school during every single season. One of the most exciting awards to give each year at this ceremony is the Cesar Orozco School Spirit Award. This School Spirit Award is given annually to any Pacheco student who goes the extra mile to show what being a Panther is all about. You can see these people at just about every event cheering on the Panthers in good times and bad. This award is named after our superfan, Cesar Orozco. And one of the disappointing facts about having this award show virtually is we don't get to have Cesar up on stage with us presenting these awards tonight. But we know that Cesar would be proud at the selection for this year's Cesar Orozco School Spirit Award. Based on the combination of 5-star points and a staff vote, your Cesar Orozco School Spirit Award winner is Daniel Herrera and Liana Arias. That's right, for the first time we have two recipients of this year's award. Congratulations, Daniel and Liana, for showing us what it means to be Panther Strong. You know, we just want to also recognize our 2019-2020 playoff teams and say congratulations for making it to the postseason. In the fall, our girls golf team was the league champions, advancing to the playoffs as a team. Joining them in the fall was our boys varsity cross country team, along with their coach of the year, David Curry. And in the winter, our boys varsity wrestling made it to the section tournament for the first time in school history. And returning to the playoffs as league champions again was our boys varsity soccer, also led by a coach of the year, Mike Perkins. And while the spring did not see teams get the chance to advance to the postseason, we do want to recognize our varsity boys relay swim team, who in their first meet of the year had a qualifying time for the section trials. Sadly, they didn't get a chance to compete, but we are still proud of their effort. And now let's take a moment to look at some of our individual student athletes who were recognized by our league as all-league selections. Our first team all-league recipients include David Aguilar, soccer, Gabriela Delgadillo, golf, Azriel Fernandez, cross country, Mario Fragoso, soccer, Matthew Garcia, cross country, Ociel Garcia, soccer, Lorenzo Gomez, football, Hortensia Gonzalez, golf, Dionisio and Jose Navarro, wrestling, Sofia Nino, golf, Josiah Olson, football, Jake Perkins, soccer, Skylar Shiriak, golf, Hannah Torres, volleyball, and Jose Villaseñor, wrestling. Our second team All-League selections included Oscar Castellanos, water polo, Elijah De La Torre, soccer, Daniel Govea, soccer, Lauren Greer, basketball, Isaac Guzman, football, Dominic Martinez Gomez, football, Federico Placencia, cross country, Andy Rascon Trevino, football, Aiden Razo, cross country, Derek Rubio, water polo, and Junior Tui, football. Congratulations! We did leave 2 names off of that list because we wanted to give them some special recognition here today. We had 2 students chosen as league MVPs for their sports this year. In the fall, senior Daniel Herrera for cross country. And in the winter, Jimmy Perkins for boys soccer. Great job, guys. When it comes to our final award, it is very important to understand the process that goes behind choosing Mr. and Mrs. Panther. First, we ask each student athlete who believes that they qualify to fill out the application form by the end of the 3rd quarter of the school year. Next, we break it down by a point system. Every season that an athlete competes at the varsity level, they earn 5 points. 5 points for every season they are selected as a team captain, 10 points when they earn first team All-League, 5 points for earning second team All-League. We verify points based on their cumulative GPA as well, and then all varsity head coaches submit a vote, which earns a point for each candidate that they vote for. This year, we had 2 male and 2 female applicants. All 4 very deserving and very great representatives of Pacheco High School. Let's take a look and see who our 2020 Mr. and Miss Panther are. Congratulations to our 2020 Miss Panther, Alexis Parra. Lexi had 7 seasons of varsity sports, including basketball, volleyball, and softball. She was an all-league selection in softball, team captain, a WAC scholar athlete, and she will be attending Goshen University in the fall on a softball scholarship. Congratulations once again, Alexis Parra, 2020 Miss Panther. And your 2020 Mr. Panther, Daniel Herrera. Daniel is a 2-time state qualifier in cross country. He is the back-to-back Western Athletic Conference League MVP in cross country, also a postseason qualifier in track and field, a 4-time WAC scholar athlete, multi-time team captain. Daniel will be attending UC Merced to continue his cross country career. Congratulations to 2020 Mr. Panther, Daniel Herrera. On behalf of not just the athletic department, but the entire faculty and staff at Pacheco High School, we would like to congratulate all of our student athletes who were honored and recognized this evening. Keep up the great work, and we look forward to even bigger and better things in 2020-2021.